veteran talent that you'd really want to do anything with, other than Sandy Alcantara, who has not had the best season this year.
Be like the Rockies going off on a 10-game winning streak at this time of the year. It's just the wrong time.
Yeah. But I don't really, Marlins haven't been selling too hard, and I understand why, because you've got a whole lot of pieces you're building around.
But that's what the Marlins do.
That's what they do. They're a AAA team. They get some talent, they let it mature a little bit, and then once that you actually have to give them money for the labor they're providing, they ship them off.
They change ownership, and then they ship them off.
Yeah, it's... Some consistency down there, I think, would help. I think it's a big baseball market.
I don't know, because they built that brand new retractable roof stadium, and they can't fill it.
Is that really a problem from, their end, or is it a fan? I don't think it's a fan issue. I think the fans are there. You're not giving them a product to want to go cheer for.
Yeah. You got to make something entertaining happen inside those walls.
We got a caller on the line. We got Jack, FSU. Jack, how is your Thursday?
Going pretty good.
How you doing?
I'm just doing great.
All right, what you got for us?
Just wanted to come on here and ask everybody, how about the FSU-Alabama game? I'm excited for it.
You know what? I'm going to agree. It's going to be probably one of the bigger opening games of the weekend. It's going to set really a good tone for both teams. Alabama trying to get over that 4 losses. Oh my God, did I say 4? Yeah, losses. Oh yeah, that's going to be a big one because Alabama needs to get back on their right track. And we don't need to talk a whole lot about Florida State because I think we all remember what has happened. So a big win against Alabama on a first weekend with all eyeballs on them is one of those games that can totally change the tide of a franchise.
I'm looking for the upset myself.
So you are looking for the FSU upset, Jack?
No, for FSU to beat Alabama. Yeah.
All right. Jack looking for the big FSU win.
There's a lot of question marks in this game. Both teams bringing in a brand new quarterback. Florida State bringing in Gus Malzahn as their offensive coordinator.
Gus Bus.
Yep.
But I think Alabama's got more boys, though. I think they're a little bit further down the road.
Yeah, it makes me excited because Gus Malzahn was a coach at Auburn when we beat him in a championship in 2013.
Yep. And Gus, great offensive mind. For me,
right.
I don't, other people saying Gus just didn't want to do the head coaching job, and I'll agree with that. I think Gus is a much better offensive mind, and I just don't think he's at the point in his career where he wants to deal with what college football is now. I don't think he's wanting to deal with the NIL. I don't think he's wanting to deal with having to figure out if they're employees or not. I think he just wants to go out and go, this guy's really great at catching the football. I can send him on a wheel route. I think that's where Gus is.
I'm putting on my tinfoil hat that there was a handshake, boo. And if Norvell doesn't do it this year, Gus is the next Florida State head coach.
Ooh, put him in line.
I don't care for that NIL either because I just think I don't know. I just don't care for it, but it is what it is. And that's why Nick Saban stepped down, I heard. So
Yeah, I can see Nick, because it's going away from being a college football coach to almost being an NFL GM now, because you're not just coaching anymore.
Well, every program's hired a GM now.
Yes. Maybe that helps. Maybe. I don't know. And it's not just a GM for the football team. It's a GM for the athletic department.
I don't know. Wisconsin hired a GM for their basketball team, so I'm guessing they already had a GM for their football team.
Yeah, because I know they have to have somebody in a position that's not the athletic director to look at some of these NIL deals. And, that makes sense. It's an attempt at guardrails, so I don't know how much it's really guarding.
I'm okay with name, image, and likeness, but what NIL turned into is pay for play.
Yeah, it's turned into a money funnel. Hey, you're playing. Your name, image, and likeness just goes to your name on the back of that jersey playing football for us. Here you go, son. Here's $100,000.
Nick Saban made a comment, I think it was last year on game day, that if they're in a transfer portal, they're in there for a reason. Even though they may not be that good, or either They just don't want them there no more.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's, can you build from the transfer portal? Absolutely, you can. You can go through and pick up guys. But it's, to me, it is more of, I look at the transfer portal, if I was coaching, if I was the general manager, however they want to term this now, I would look at the transfer portal more like a free agent market where I go, I got a hole here, and I don't really want to wait for this freshman from Kansas, you know, to develop over 2 years, and I can just go get this guy from Iowa that's leaving and stick him in that hole. That makes sense to me. What doesn't make sense to me is like every year trying to get 53 new guys and then taking those 53 guys and saying, okay, all 53 of you new guys, here's 30 older guys, let's go out and play some football. Those guys don't know anything about the team.
We need to start signing contracts.
You can't build a team that way because they keep transferring. They come 1 year and then they leave the next year for more money.
And it's one of the hard things for me with watching college football now, because I'm a big Western Kentucky fan. That's where I went to college, and I used to love watching Hilltopper football because it was a smaller program, you know, group of 5. So you didn't see a whole lot of turnover. You just saw the same guys there for 4 or 5 years. And even at a school like that, you're seeing guys there for 1-2 seasons moving up, or you're seeing guys there that are there for 1 or 2 seasons because they were moving up from, say, you know, 1AA or Division II up to the Western level. It's everything's now a stepping stone.
Yeah. I'm hoping we got a good pick in Tommy from Boston College. So
yeah, did he not guarantee a win against Alabama this week?
Twice.
Yeah, twice. Oh, he doubled down.
He doubled down during ACC Media Days.
He's just trying to be confident, you know, but I understand that. But sometimes you don't need to say anything.
Sometimes sometimes you're giving yourself confidence, and sometimes you're giving the other team fuel.
Yeah, but I think he's better than what we had last year, DJ.
Well, I'm going to say so, because, I mean, he was the Boston College quarterback, and he beat you guys last year.
Yep, he sure was. And
I questioned the DJ hire from the very beginning, because DJ was very underwhelming in Clemson. Very underwhelming in Clemson. And you had 2 years of tape of that, and you still bring him in.
He transferred every year. He left every year until he came to us.
I thought he played at Clemson for 2 years, and then Washington out west for a year, and then finished off the all.
Yeah, Oregon. He went to Oregon or Oregon State. Which one was it?
Oregon State.
Yeah, Beaver.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the Wild Wild West. Now we're just kind of Wild West. I think we've dropped one wild off of it.
I don't think they've reined any of it in.
It's still way open.
Because the transfer portal's really what's worse than the NIL.
I'll give you that. I think the transfer portal is a bigger
college
issue.
Football is a multi-billion-dollar business built off the backs of these kids that weren't seeing anything. So I'm okay paying these kids that they did all the work. I'm not okay with I can transfer in the fall. I don't like to coach. I'm transferring out in the spring. I didn't get to go where I want to go, so I'm going to transfer in the summer. I'm going to transfer again in the fall. I don't like any of that.
And I don't like when it's open, because there's still active, meaningful games going on, and there needs to be one kind of portal window at the end of the quote unquote sports season in June, after the College World Series is over, after all your track and field, after the College Softball World Series is done. When all those are done and we are to official summer, that's when the portal needs to be open for all sports. That way no important games are being played.
Yeah, but I'm excited about the game. I can't wait. But I just hope we come out on the best.
Are you heading up to Tallahassee?
No. I'm normally a season ticket holder, but I just not in my finances right now, you know. I'm looking, unless I can find some cheaper tickets, but
there's no such thing as a cheap ticket to that game.
There's no more cheap tickets, especially for big names like that. I don't think so. Yeah.
Right.
Well, I'll keep the eye out for you, Jack.
Like 300 and something, 320, 330 for tickets, and it's just a little steep for me right now.
That's for a college football. That's crazy. I'm not surprised. Some of these tickets are that price now, because it's kind of like almost a pro atmosphere for some of these things with prices, yeah, I just went to a secondary reseller, and I can get you a nosebleed, Jack, for $371.
Yeah.
Wow. Well,
That's what's weird. You can get season tickets a little bit more than that.
Yeah.
For one game.
That game would pay for your season ticket package.
yeah, good point. Good point. Craziness on where we are in the world right now. Well, Jack, thanks for the call.
Yep, no problem, man.
All right, Jack, enjoy the rest of your Thursday. 23 days to college football, ladies and gentlemen. When we get back, let's talk the Hall of Fame game. We'll talk a little bit more preseason football as well. This is the Sports Blitz coming to you live from the Golf Plus Studios, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Keep the game going with ESPN Northwest Florida. Just because you get out of the car doesn't mean the Sports Talk and Live play-by-play have to end. Just say, hey, Alexa, open ESPN Northwest Florida. From Michigan Avenue to the man cave, from the car to the kitchen, we've got you covered. Keep the game going. Hey, Alexa, open ESPN Northwest Florida.
This is Joanna with ESPN Northwest Florida. Here is your weather forecast on this Thursday morning. As we head into this afternoon and evening, a possibility of thunderstorms and mostly sunshine, and a high of 90 with a moderate breeze coming out of the southwest at 14 miles per hour. For tonight, mostly clear skies and a low near 83. Tomorrow, mostly sunny in the morning and then likely thunderstorms and a high around 90. This weather forecast is sponsored by Mid-South Lumber, the best little lumber yard in Panama City. Thank you for tuning into ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Looking for dependable civil construction in the Florida Panhandle? CBC Construction has you covered. From land clearing and drainage to roads and underground utilities, CBC delivers high-quality work on time and on budget. Locally owned and operated, CBC is trusted by schools, developers, and municipalities. To learn more, call CBC Construction 850-740-3815 or visit cbcconstruction.com. That's cbcconstruction.com. Are you hungry for authentic Mexican cuisine? Then come to El Rodeo Tequila Bar and Grill, where we serve up the freshest, most flavorful dishes on the beach. El Rodeo Tequila Bar and Grill, a great location, comfortable atmosphere, and happy hour from 3 to 7. Buy one, get one free, regular margaritas and 12-ounce house drafts. And you're going to love their lunch specials Monday through Friday from 11 to 3. Plus live music Wednesdays and Saturdays starting at 5:30. El Rodeo Tequila Bar and Grill, Thomas Drive across from the Navy base. And 10908 Front Beach Road.
It's the Sports Blitz. Live from the Golf Plus Studios. On 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Sports Blitz live on the air from the Golf Plus Studios. Go visit Alan Watson for all of your golfing needs at Golf Plus, right at the shops at Edgewater. You can call the show. You can text the show 850-215-6290. We are streaming on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Download our app. Take us with you everywhere you go. And ESPN Northwest Florida is your home for the Braves on the Gulf Coast. Braves coverage tonight, 6 o'clock for the pregame after the afternoon underdogs, 6:10 for the first pitch. The Atlanta Braves taking on the Cincinnati Reds. Atlanta Braves baseball on ESPN Northwest Florida is sponsored locally by Bill Bird Kia, PCB Hobby, Panama City Toyota, Hewitt Tire and Auto, and Hometown Towing. All right, couple of scores that we didn't get to, so we'll just go through these kind of quick. Rangers taking on the Angels. Rangers 6, Angels 3. The Mariners taking on the Athletics. The Athletics 5 runs. The Mariners 4 runs. And we got some WNBA scores from last night. We'll get to those real quick so we can just wrap up the scoring. It's a Mercury taking on the Fever. This game in Indianapolis, 107-101 in favor of the Fever. The Dream taking on the Wings. The Dream defeat the Wings 88-85. And the Liberty taking on the Lynx. The Lynx get the big victory 100-93 over the Liberty. Quite possibly could be the championship series that we get to see this year. Liberty now 17-9 and the Lynx 23-5. 5.
I think the Aces and the Fever may have something to say, especially if Caitlin Clark does fix her hamstring and come back.
If Caitlin can stay healthy, oh yeah, I mean, they could definitely have a great push. They're sitting at 15 and 12, so not bad, not great,
yeah,
but you're over 500.
The Aces are really good out of the West as well.
So let's roll on into football. Yes, I said it. Football will be on tonight. That is right. The Chargers and the Lions. The Hall of Fame game to be played in Canton, Ohio. Right now, it looks like the game is happening. They used the proper paint. Both teams have arrived. Both teams have practiced on the field. Both teams approve of the field. Sweet.
The only NFL game to be played in a high school football stadium.
Yep. You know, and I love how they keep all the lines on the field for this game. They got the pro hashes, they got the college hashes, they got the high school hashes. I like what they're doing there. They're just paying like almost an homage to just the entirety of football. Totally appreciate what they're doing with that. And just, you know, the shout out to everybody playing.
Every football fan needs to go to Canton and tour the Hall of Fame and get on that field and throw a ball around and everything.
You been?
Oh, yeah.
I have not been. I have been
it is
to
phenomenal.
near there. I have not gone. It's one of those that you're right. It's something I do need to go see. I also need to go to Cooperstown.
Yes.
And I need to go to Toronto too.
I haven't been to Cooperstown. That's very high up on the bucket list of things to do. So any baseball fans from here want to take a road trip, let's go.
Oh, I'd love to go to Cooperstown. It's probably one of the harder.
Yeah, because there's no airport.
Yeah, harder one of the Hall of Fames to reach just because it is literally in the middle of nowhere. You know, but it's one of those, just the history inside that building, probably some of the pieces of memorabilia that you get to see and touch and all that is just amazing.
My dad and I were in the Hall of Fame building from like open to close. There wasn't a button we didn't touch. There wasn't a thing we didn't look at, and it was awesome.
Oh, I could easily spend a whole day
talking to the breakfast attendant at the hotel we stayed at. He was saying a few weeks before we were there, one guy was in and out in 30 minutes. I'm like, you can't even run through that building in 30 minutes.
What? I mean, I guess he had like one to do that. I mean, it's like, I'm going to go look at the Bart Starr statue and then leave. Like that's the only way you could really do that in 30 minutes because it's not a small building.
No, it was, I would go back in a heartbeat.
Definitely want to go check it out. So the Chargers taking on the Lions. This game set for 7 o'clock, so I'd say kickoff's probably going to be somewhere around like 7:05, 7:15 because of all the pomp and circumstances that come before the game.
And the starters be pulled at 7:17.
Yeah. So right now, they actually put a spread on this game. It is moved. It was 1.5. Now it is at a -2 for I said Tigers. Sorry, Lions. Same city.
That is a baseball spread.
I'm at least in the same city. Yeah, down to a -2 for the Lions.
Oh.
Over under 33.5, and the money line is at the Chargers plus 115.
I don't know how they set lines for preseason, especially the very, very first preseason where nobody's playing. So it's everybody's third string against the other team's third string.
You know how they do it? They give a monkey. They give them some darts, and they have them throw it at the wall, and that's the numbers that they get.
But they're always right. That's what baffles me.
Right. They're close to right, usually. That's one of those. I don't usually get myself betting on preseason games like this, but one of my $2 bets does involve this game, so, little tease promo for that, later, we'll have a little bit of tease on that. We do know that Justin Herbert will not be a member of the Chargers tonight. He will be there.
He'll be a member of the Chargers.
Yep.
They didn't cut him.
Yeah, he will be there. He will be on the sideline, and he will do a great job holding that clipboard. And I bet he doesn't even have to hold a clipboard. I bet he's one of those guys that just gets to stand there, have the little plug-in in his ear so he can hear what plays are coming in, and
they're going to interview him on the broadcast too.
Watch. That would actually be kind of interesting, like for some preseason games. Just have some. Like they've done with some of the baseball guys.
I don't know
maybe not during play, but during play when he's not in the play. So like Herbert on the sideline tonight, just random questions while the game is going on the field.
Yeah, they'll do that.
Not while he's actually playing, although it would be kind of entertaining to hear that.
They've done the last couple preseasons. I remember Rodgers holding the earpiece talking to ESPN in the middle of a preseason game.
Yeah, so it should be great excitement for all. I'm looking forward to it. I will be tuned into what is going on in that game. I am absolutely sure that whatever we think is going to happen in this game
is not going to
happen. It's one of those. It's like I look at it at that at that 33.5 over under. I look at it as, man, it's going to be way over that because we see a whole bunch of offense and no defense, or it's going to be way under that.
They're going to crush it
because
either way.
We see a whole bunch of defense and no offense, because it's one of those you can't rely on, oh, Justin Herbert's going to have 400 yards this game. No, we're not even going to see him.
No.
So we're going to see a whole bunch of guys that haven't worked together a whole bunch trying to run a bunch of timing routes together. Oh, I love preseason games. They're so much fun.
Yeah, and their preseason games are needed. I'm a firm believer that the only way to get your body into football shape is to play football. So you need to go out, you need to take the hits, you need to throw the ball, catch the ball, kick the ball, tackle somebody, get tackled by somebody, grab a face mask here and there, hold on to the defensive lineman, all that stuff that involves football.
Yeah,
that's the only way you're going to get health or get ready to play football.
Because you can try to replicate this in a team practice where it's your team against your own team.
But you're not allowed to wear pads anymore.
Yeah, you don't get to wear the pads for you only have 3 or 4 days now where you can wear the pads. It's a very minimal amount of time. And let's face it, you're really not going to go 110% like you are in a game, in a practice against your own team because you don't want to wreck your own team.
And every time you put the pads on, there's a risk of injury.
Oh, I mean, just stepping out there, period.
Since they've loosened the training camp rules and the preseason rules and fewer preseason games and players aren't playing, there's a lot more soft tissue injuries.
And you think it's just because they're just not, the body's not ready.
Yeah.
The body's not used to that explosive moment or hit moment that they've been taking.
Yeah, because you go from practice, let's say, to be generous, 60% effort. Preseason games, 80% effort. And now you're skipping all of that. You're going from nothing to 110% effort.
Yeah, and that's probably, I'll agree with you there, because if we look at the last couple seasons since we've gone from the 4 to the 3 preseason games, and most of these preseason games were not even, I remember game number 3.
Your starters played 3 quarters.
Yeah, it used to be like the dress rehearsal game. The whole first half, you'd see starters, and then starters would start weaning out sometime during the third quarter. I've not even seen starters going for a full quarter in any of the 3 games that they play now.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's because teams are so worried about injury now. I don't know if it's because there is just the lack of having those games. I'm not real sure. But I also see that when the season starts, the repetition that you have of those timing plays isn't there.
No. And Goodell wants to take away preseason games and add more regular season games. That's not good for the player.
I don't think the players did not want that. And I think that one might die down a little bit since Lloyd Howe Jr. is now gone, because he was a big pusher for that. As the player union rep, he was out there. Yeah, the players want 18 games, even though the players are telling him, no, we don't want 18 games. No, not at all. So that might die down with a new director head that is actually, listening to the people that voted for him. So that might go away. I don't think we'll ever see 4 games coming back. It'll be 3 now.
Yeah.
And it needs to be, because that's now 20 games. Now, because you got your 17 plus your 3.
As a fan that's been to the stadium for preseason games, they're not very watchable, except it is kind of cool to see who's going to be that person number 53 on that roster, because they're the ones playing for their livelihood and jobs.
Yeah, that's one of the things I do like, especially like the Hall of Fame game here. Fourth quarter of that Hall of Fame game, the 22 guys that are going to be out on that field at one time, I bet
one,
3 or 4 out of those 22 that are out there are going to end up on an NFL roster. And I mean NFL roster as the 53-man roster or the practice squad roster. And I mean, I love watching those games because those dudes are out there giving 120% because they know they're probably not going to pay for that team, but they also know that there's tape on them. The other 31 teams are going to watch that game. They're going to watch that tape, and they're going to just try to find somebody that's like, you know what? I like his speed. Let's get him on, like the kickoff unit.
You get 53 active, and is it 12 practice squad members?
It's 12 or 14 now. They've expanded the number, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
And now you have the ability to make it easier to go back and forth between the two. You can also have, quote unquote, veteran presence on a practice squad now, which you used to not have, which that was bad. If a guy's got 2 years in, no, you can't be on a practice squad. Why? Why not? Why can't you, in minor league baseball, minor league hockey, he's got 3 years in the NHL. So what? Send him back to the minors. I mean, that's basically how I look at a practice squad is basically it's like the minor league training kind of program of the NFL. So it's like, who cares if they got 5 years in the league? If another team picks them up and says, just go to the practice squad, learn our circuit, learn our system, then you can come up. Or, even it's like, hey, you're going to be our fourth string quarterback. Even though you've been in the league 6 years, you're on the practice squad. But if you lose one of your quarterbacks, boom, number 3's right there.
2 of your quarterbacks, 3 of your quarterbacks.
Yeah, whatever. You're going to lose people. Football, you know what? They hit each other in football. Did you know that?
Yeah, and they hit each other hard.
And you know what? They're pretty big guys.
Yeah.
So you know what happens? Injuries. You've got to expect them. You got to know they're coming. So I like some of the directions there. And I like preseason. Is it the be-all, end-all? No. Do NFL teams need to charge full ticket price for a preseason game? No. Do they? Absolutely they do.
Oh, yeah.
Should they? No. They should find a way to get those games a little bit cheaper.
They pigeonhole their season ticket holders into you have to buy these tickets or you don't get your season tickets.
They certainly do. And I remember when my dad was a Titans season ticket holder, you even had to buy the tickets for the inter-squad game. And that was also still the same price. So even
I thought that was a free thing.
No, the Titans charged you for the inter-squad game, and they charged you your ticket price for the inter-squad game. And they also sold you your parking pass for the same price as a regular season parking pass. No, thank you, guys. No, thank you.
That's what I love about Lambeau. You just pay somebody $50 and you park in the front yard.
And then they'll probably give you a ride on a golf cart up to the stadium, or at least close enough to the stadium where it's like, you don't have to walk half a mile. Just hop in the golf cart. Another $5, I'll drive you up there. I'd do that. I mean, make them mint. Hey, we don't need this house. Go ahead, park here. Just park right on top of the house. We'll fix that later. Don't worry about it, guys. Tuatunga Vaialova says he isn't too cool for preseason.
No, he's too valuable.
Yeah, and that's my argument to you, Tua. I understand that you're not too cool. You're just too made of glass. Like, you can't... Oh, Tua, man. You need a Guardian cap, bro. You do.
And bubble wrap.
Does it look weird? Yeah. Do you need it because of the history that you have had and you have shown me? Oh yeah, man. Just wear it, dude.
This brings me to a good point that I just now thought of. Out of all 32 teams, how many of them actually play their starting quarterback in the preseason?
I'm going to say most of your guys.
Because Aaron's not going to play. Tua's not going to play.
Tua's not going to play. You might see Tua 2 or 3 snaps. That's it.
Jordan, I wouldn't say Jordan's going to play.
You'll see Mahomes 2 or 3 snaps.
I would see Mahomes. I don't think you see Mahomes at all.
I think you'll see maybe 2 or 3 snaps. But you might see him start a game just so they can say he started a game, and he might take 2, 3. He'll have 1 drive and then be done. That's as much as I think I'll see with that.
Now, I mean, the Vikings need to play McCarthy.
Yeah, Vikings are going to play McCarthy. The Titans are going to play Cam Ward. The Giants are going to,
The Giants won't play Russ.
The Giants won't play Russ, and they've already said he's the starter, so no, we won't see the Giants.
I don't think the Jets play Justin.
The Jets...
Do the Patriots?
They might or might not. That one I don't know. The Patriots will definitely be playing Drake May. You've got to. You've got a brand new coach. He's not that experienced yet. He's got to get timing down with some of these guys. You will see.
Would it be about a third of the league?
Drake May. In total of quarterbacks, I think that are true starters, like this is that team starter, I'd say about half will get maybe 30 to 40% of the snaps. I mean, you're not even going to see Cam Ward doing whole games. I mean,
no.
I think he should, but once that you start getting down to fourth and fifth,
once you pull
level linemen, you don't need them out
once
there.
you pull your starting offensive line, you pull your starting quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, you might even want him out there for some with the second string just so he has some of that experience. Like, maybe the line gets injured and 3 guys are out, so just get used to this. But it's once that you start getting like the guy that's like fourth and fifth on the depth chart, yeah, you don't need him out there anymore because you're not going to see guy number 4, guy number 5. But it's a situation, and it's a good situation because the situation is football. And football
dun, dun, dun.
has returned. Coming up next, let's discuss Banana Ball and some of the rules that we think Banana Ball can provide to Major League Baseball. And if you got any thoughts on those rules, or if you got any rules that you would like to see in Major League Baseball, give us a call, 850-215-6290. This is the Sports Blitz, coming to you live from the Golf Plus Studios, ESPN Northwest Florida.
It's the PCB Hobby Takeover with Todd. Mondays at 5:20 on ESPN Northwest Florida.
That is a very high-end card and very rare.
Todd talks about coins, trading cards, collectibles, and the amazing stories behind them.
It was the first one that's ever come through my door.
Plus, we'll be taking your calls and questions at 850-215-6290. The PCB Hobby Takeover.
A platform for you to do your hobby.
Mondays at 5:20 on the Sports Talk Monster. ESPN Northwest Florida.
Want to bet on sports but no clue where to start? Millions of players are already making moves on Hard Rock Bet. Your friends might be winning. Why not you? Bet with confidence. Bets by real players help guide your picks. Go with the crowd and cash in on the wins. Any pick that catches your eye. Hard Rock Bet. Roll with us. New players bet $5 and get $150 instantly in bonus bets. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Are you thinking of doing a fundraiser? Well, Krispy Kreme Donuts next to HCA Hospital, 23rd Street, Panama City, and on the Ross Clark Circle in Dothan says, let's raise some dough. Earn up to 50% profit with a Krispy Kreme fundraiser in-shop or online. So let's raise some dough. At Krispy Kreme Donuts next to HCA Hospital, 23rd Street, Panama City, and on the Ross Clark Circle in Dothan.
PCB Hobby, the beach's premier hobby store for sports cards, comics, coins, and trading card games. PCB Hobby carries the largest selection of boxes and packs from the latest releases of brands like Topps, Panini, Leaf, and more. Looking for a specific player or team? PCB Hobby has a wide assortment of raw and graded cards. They carry parallel rookie, game used, and autographed cards in both modern and vintage. Have a collection you want to sell? We buy, sell, and trade. PCB Hobby on Back Beach Road, just east of Florida Linen. Call 850-320-8388.
You found us. The Sports Blitz. Live from the Golf Plus Studios on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
It is the Sports Blitz on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida, coming to you live from the Golf Plus Studios. You can call the show. You can text the show, 850-215-6290. We are streaming on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Download our app. Take us with you everywhere you go. And you can rely on ESPN Northwest Florida for all of your weather conditions and accurate weather forecast and up-to-the-date information from Joanna. Just keep it right here, 104.3 Mid-South Lumber, Ellis Agency Insurance, and Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you very much for helping us bring the weather to the masses. Chef Ross, how you doing?
I am doing great.
All right, so this was an idea that you gave to me yesterday, and I said, let's do it. Banana Ball. Everybody out there, I am sure if you are listening to a sports talk radio station, you're pretty familiar with Banana Ball.
Or if you have any social media, because they do a great job of promoting the product.
They're very good at being entertaining and getting out what they are doing. So I'm sure you guys are familiar with the bananas and what they are doing. But they do have a couple of interesting rules. Let's just go over a few of them, discuss them, and figure out which ones do you think would go for Major League Baseball?
Let's mention all of the rules and then which ones we like, which ones we don't.
All right. So, number one rule, games are won by points instead of runs. The team that scores the most runs in an inning gets 1 point, except in the final inning when every run counts as a point. The final inning may be earlier than the ninth inning due to the time limit. When the home team has scored enough runs to, quote-unquote, win any inning other than the final inning, the inning immediately ends.
Rule number 2, there's a 2-hour time limit.
No new innings may start after 1 hour and 50 minutes have elapsed. Once an inning starts, it will be played to completion. Rule number 3, batters cannot step out of the batter box. Doing so results in an automatic strike.
Rule number 4, no bunting. We don't like it. It sucks. If a batter bunts, they're ejected from the game.
Rule number 5, batters can attempt to steal first base at any point during their at-bat, including on a passed ball or wild pitch.
Rule number 6, no walks allowed. If a pitcher throws ball 4, it becomes a sprint. The hitter will take off running while every defensive player on the field must touch the ball before it becomes live. The hitter can advance as many bases as they want, but the ball does not have to touch the catcher or the pitcher.
Rule number 7, no mound visits allowed.
Rule number 8, if a fan catches a foul ball, it's an out.
Rule number 9, ties are broken by a showdown tie breaker. An abbreviated extra inning format. Each team's half inning during the showdown ends with any out or with any run scored by the batter. If the batter puts the ball in the play, he must attempt to score. A batter who draws a walk advances to second base, with the hitting team allowed to send a new batter to the plate. The same happens if the batter is hit by a pitch. At any point during the showdown, a home run hit over the outfield wall immediately ends the game in favor of the batting team. If the game is still tied after a showdown round, another showdown round is played until there is a winner. Scenarios differ by showdown round. In showdown round 1, each team selects a pitcher and a hitter to face off, with the defense fielding only their pitcher, catcher, and single fielder. In showdown round number 2, the fielder is eliminated. In showdown round 3 and later, the fielder returns, but each half inning starts with the bases loaded and each run scored counts as a point.
This one doesn't have the golden hitter on there either.
I got it. Let's see. Rule number 10. Each team is allowed to challenge certain calls by the umpires, whether a ball was fair or foul, whether or not a runner was tagged out at home plate or other base paths, and whether a ball was caught or not. A team retains its right to challenge until they lose a challenge, after which they may not challenge any calls for the remainder of the game. The fans can also call for a challenge, 1 per game, as determined by a fan who is chosen to initiate the challenge. Challenged plays are reviewed by the broadcast team, who relay the rulings to the umpire. And rule number 11, the golden batter rule. One time in a game, a team may send any hitter in the lineup to bat at any time. The goal is for this rule, for the team can have their best hitter when the game is the most important. All right, so 11 rules for banana ball that are slightly different than Major League Baseball. All right, so my first one that I will go with is I like bunting. I have no issues with bunting. So I do not want to bring the ejection for a bunt into play.
No, I think Major League Baseball needs more bunting and more small ball.
Yes, small ball good. Small ball helps. We'll get back into a time when we'll see small ball, but right now, man, it ain't happening.
Because it creates motion in the field, and you put the ball in play, and make the defense make mistakes. And as long as there's motion in the field and everybody moving, fans have people to watch.
All right, what's the rule you got, Chef Ross?
I would like to see that batters can steal first base at any time. That would be very interesting.
That one. I like that one. I think batters being able to steal first whenever you want, just drop the bat and go. Love that idea. That is one that it's even easy.
Yeah.
You could easily implement that one into Major League Baseball without even really having to talk about it, think about it, or really having to train the umpires or even the players like, hey, if it's a pass ball and, you're at Dodger Stadium and it's 90 feet to go get that ball, run, go, go.
Run for it.
Love that one. Let's see. Other ones that I like. Batters cannot step out of the batter's box. Doing so results in an automatic strike. I like this one. I like this one because that's a way you can eliminate the pitch clock.
Yes.
You just tell the guy, hey, once you are in this box, you've got to make contact before you can step out. Now, if you make a foul ball or something, I'm fine with having 1 foot out, 1 foot in.
I'm okay with it.
But you can only have, the umpire has a 3-5 second count in his head and says, step back in the box. And if you don't, automatic strike.
Yeah. I'm okay with any time 1 foot in, 1 foot out. If you swing and miss and knock yourself off balance or whatever, you can come out, refocus, because you need 1 foot out to catch any signs that the third base coach is giving.
I only like it really if you make contact. If you just swing, cut big, and you miss. I don't, because that was one of the things that was slowing the game down to begin with, was because somebody would take a big cut and miss, and then they got to go out and they got to fix the right glove and the left glove and the elbow pad and the knee pad and the foot pad and the ankle pad. No, if you take a big cut and miss, and your equipment's just all jargoned around, guess what? You get to bat with all that equipment all jargoned around. You're the one that's wearing it voluntarily.
The most fun one is if a fan catches a foul ball, the batter is out.
I like that rule. It'll never happen in Major League Baseball. That'll never be accepted. But I just think that it's a great way to have even more fan involvement and just keep the fans, you'll get so many kids, adults, everybody in there with a glove now going, chasing after the ball. I like that one a lot. The walk sprint, 4-walk thing, balls, that's cool. I don't see it making it into the bigs. No mound visits allowed. Yeah, that will never happen in the bigs. I'm fine with
They've already limited the mound visits.
I'm fine with the limited number. That's fine, cool, groovy. But I don't think they're ever going to eliminate it totally. The golden batter rule, Rob Manfred keeps floating that one.
I don't know if I like it.
It's one of those, I'm intrigued by it. It's kind of interesting. I don't want to see it in Major League Baseball.
No.
It just breaks up. It just breaks up how you build a lineup.
And you've already got that power hitter on your bench for the later innings when you're bringing 7, 8, 9 to the plate in the ninth, down 1. I do like the win the inning, get the point. I do like the scoring system.
It's a different scoring system.
Because that stops your second baseman from becoming the pitcher because you're down 28-2.
Yeah, and you can have a comeback because in the final inning you can score as many points as you want.
Yeah.
Because it's an open-ended at that point. And, I like seeing runs. So I don't like the idea of...
But it's another way to speed up the game when you're playing the points for the first inning.
And two, they're on a 2-hour time limit.
Yeah.
So makes total sense for that. But for regular baseball, if a guy comes up and if you're the home team, so you're batting second in the inning, and if you come up, your first pitch is a home run, and they didn't score anything in their first at-bat, then you've got a point, you're done batting.
Yeah, but you got the lead, so your team's winning.
Yeah, you do got the lead, but then, I don't get to see the Bananas bat anymore. I've got to wait for the other team to get 3 outs now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not one of my not favorite rules on that one, though I understand it for what they're doing with the time that is involved with the game.
And we're already almost doing the showdown tiebreaker with the Ghost Runner, so...
Yeah, their extra innings way more entertaining to me than what Major League Baseball is doing. I don't like the Manfred Man.
No.
The Manfred Man at second just does absolutely nothing for me. I'd rather go into the 10th inning and play one regular inning in the 10th inning. If we get to the 11th inning, let's put a guy on first. If we get to the 12th inning, let's put a guy on first and second. If we get to the 13th inning, let's put a guy on first, second, and third.
You can't put the guy on first because your first batter grounds into a double play. So you got to take the double play out. So you almost have to start him at second. So maybe you do 10th and 11th, real baseball, 12th, let's go home, so I'll give you the runner.
I like the idea. I'd like the idea of like one regular inning to try to play things out.
One or two, whatever.
But then after that, let's find a way to speed it up. I'm just not a big fan of automatically, okay, guy on second. 10th inning, guy on second.
Because you can't,
don't like it.
Like I said, you can't put him on first because your leadoff hitter grounds in a double play, one batter, 2 outs. That's that advantageous to getting it. What the Ghost Runner's designed to do is help the offense.
Yeah, it's designed to get it done quickly, basically, to decrease the amount of time. I mean, truthfully, why don't we just go ahead and put him on third then?
Yeah.
Have, one sack bunt, end it, boom. We don't have to sit around and wait.
Game. I like it.
Yeah, we don't have to wait anymore. We're at the bottom of the 11th inning. You got the fastest guy that you got on third base on the team. You got a guy that can lay down a good bunt. Finished off right then and there. It won't happen.
The more we're having this discussion, the more I'm actually liking the Manfred Man, but you just can't be there in the 10th.
I don't really care.
Because it's too easy to score from third, and it's too easy to hit in a double play, putting him at first. So that's telling me second base is the proper place to put him. I just don't like it in the 10th.
Maybe instead of putting a guy on second, how about we just take a guy out of the field every inning? So, have the 10th inning be normal, but once you get to the 11th inning,
you lose your center field.
You got to drop somebody. So, you can take out the center fielder or the shortstop or something.
Yeah.
So, and if we still have the stupid, God, I hate
the stupid shift.
The shift rule so much. So if we had the shift rule, so you take out the second baseman, closest you can get is the shortstop lining up between second base. So that could make for some, make for guys to hit it where they ain't. Because that's my big thing on that is we're not teaching dudes to hit it where they ain't. We're only teaching dudes launch angles and how far can you make it go. And that's just not what I want. I mean, yes, I want to see home runs. Don't get me wrong. I do not want to go back to the dead ball era. No. The dead ball era was awful. We don't need to do that again. But I would like to see just some more hitting in general.
Let's see home runs organically.
Exactly. This is the Sports Blitz coming to you live from the Golf Plus studios. You can call us. You can text us 850-215-6290. Coming up next, we got our Daily Dose of Oddities.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
The Dan Patrick Show.
Dan Patrick.
I got this on good authority from somebody with the NFL. The 18th game is basically going to be a complete TV package of you have the international games. Every team will have a home base outside the United States. That's how they want to grow the game.
It's the Dan Patrick Show, weekday mornings from 9 till 11. ESPN Northwest Florida.
This is Joanna with ESPN Northwest Florida. Here is your weather forecast on this Thursday morning. As we head into this afternoon and evening, a possibility of thunderstorms and mostly sunshine and a high of 90 with a moderate breeze coming out of the southwest at 14 miles per hour. For tonight, mostly clear skies and a low near 83. Tomorrow, mostly sunny in the morning and then likely thunderstorms and a high around 90. This weather forecast is sponsored by Mid-South Lumber, the best little lumber yard in Panama City. Thank you for tuning into ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Are you thinking of doing a fundraiser? Well, Krispy Kreme Donuts next to HCA Hospital, 23rd Street, Panama City, and on the Ross Clark Circle in Dothan says, let's raise some dough. Earn up to 50% profit with a Krispy Kreme fundraiser in-shop or online. So let's raise some dough. At Krispy Kreme Donuts next to HCA Hospital, 23rd Street, Panama City, and on the Ross Clark Circle in Dothan.
WGSX Lynn Haven, WVLQ Port St. Joe. Powered by Panama City Toyota.
And that's out of the ballpark.
ESPN, Northwest Florida.
No one wants to deal with a plumbing, electrical, or HVAC emergency. It's even worse when you're not sure what it'll cost, when it'll get fixed, or if someone's just selling you something. When you call Hiller, you can trust our experts to actually solve your home's problems quickly. And with true transparency pricing, you know the price you're told is the price you'll actually pay. Book online now at happyhiller.com. Happy you'll be, or the service is free.
I'm a happy face truck today.
You found us. The Sports Blitz. Live from the Golf Plus studios on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
The Sports Blitz is on the airwaves, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida, coming to you live from the Golf Plus studios right here in beautiful Panama City Beach. Head on over to visit Alan Watson at Golf Plus, shops at Edgewater for all of your golfing needs. Putters, chipper putters, driver putters, anything that you can think of. Alan Watson and the fellows at Golf Plus can take care of you. Driver chippers. Yeah. Everything out there that I think is real that just doesn't exist for some reason. Maybe I should get into making golf clubs.
Golf shoes.
Yeah, Alan Watson can go sew my golf clubs. There we go. All right.
Banana ball for golf.
Yes, we'll figure that one out. We'll come up with some great
in his Lego golf course.
On the Lego golf course. That is domed, by the way, and air conditioned. Yeah, you heard that, Alan. We're going to ask for air conditioning to be put into the Lego Dome. We are streaming on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Download our app. Take us with you everywhere you go. Beach flags are yellow right now. And right now, we got a deal for you with Scorpion TV. Over 5,000 live streaming channels, including ESPN, ESPN Plus, NFL Network, and Red Zone. Even pay-per-view events. Over 400 local networks as well. All of this for you. $45.08 a month when you use promo code ESPNNW. That is ESPNNW. Cut the cord, not the fun. To score Scorpion TV, go to ESPNPC.com and click on the Scorpion TV logo. It is time for the daily dose of oddities because reality is always stranger than fiction. Here we go now. The U.S. Department of Energy has reported the discovery of a radioactive wasp nest at one of its facilities in South Carolina that was once involved in the production of nuclear weapons. According to a July 22nd department report, the contaminated nest was discovered at the facility, the Savannah River site, on the 3rd of July, near tanks used to store liquid nuclear waste. It said the nest was sprayed and was disposed of as a radiological waste. Yeah, I would assume that it would be radiological waste. And the testing confirmed radiation levels greater than 10 times the total contamination values that the federal regulators allow. The contaminated wasp nest was the result of an on-site legacy radioactive contamination and not related to the loss of contamination control, the Department of Energy stated in the report. The ground in the surrounding area did not have any contamination, it said, concluding that no further action is required. 3 Savannah River Mission Completion, which oversees the site, confirmed to the local Aiken Standard newspaper that the radiological control staff discovered the test while performing routine radiological monitoring activities. It said that the nest was sprayed and surveyed for contamination according to procedure. While no wasps were found on the nest, the individual insects would have significant lower levels of contamination, it said. Upon discovery of the contaminated nest, the immediate area was secured and surveyed. No contamination was found in the area. There were no impacts to workers, the environment, or the public. It noted that the site contains nearly 310 square miles. That's a big old place. Generally, wasps travel only a few hundred yards from their nest, it said. The executive director of the Savannah River Site Watchdog Group, Tom Clements, told the Associated Press this week that he was as mad as a hornet that SRS didn't explain where the radioactive waste came from or if there is some kind of a leak from waste tanks that the public should be aware of. According to the Department of Energy, the Savannah River Site was built in the early 1950s and focused on production of plutonium and tritium for the use of manufacture of nuclear weapons from the inception in the early 1950s until the end of the Cold War. In 1992, the facility began focusing instead on environmental cleanup, nuclear material management, and research development. The area where the nest was found, known as the F Area Tank Farm, contains 22 underground carbon steel tanks, with each tank reportedly capable of holding 750,000 to 1.3 million gallons of radioactive waste, according to the Aiken Standard. Man, new fear unlocked. Radioactive giant stinging insects coming to a neighborhood near you.
Did not have that on my bingo card for...
No, it was one of those, Hollywood should have written this long ago. Not some news reporter. That's all I'm going to say on that one.
And now you know the rest of the story.
And now you know the rest of the story. Good day. All right, Ross, hit me.
All right, I've got one, and it happens to be sports related.
Even better.
Former NBA star Gilbert Arenas breaks silence after gambling arrest, back on the streets.
Good old Gilbert.
Former NBA star Gilbert Arenas. Why did my computer just go down? Okay, here we go. We're back. Former NBA star Gilbert Arenas is happy to be out on bond after his arrest Wednesday, July 30th, on gambling-related charges. Arenas, 43, posted a video on X on Wednesday night showing himself dancing his way down a set of stairs and saying to the camera, "They can't hold me." "I'm back on the streets," he wrote alongside the video. "This ain't got to do with me. I just rented the house, wasn't a part." Arenas and 5 others accused of operating an illegal gambling business out of an Encino, California mansion that Arenas had rented, according to the release from the United States Attorney's Office, Central California. The former pro player pleaded not guilty to 1 count of conspiracy to create an illegal gambling business, 1 count of operating an illegal gambling business, and 1 count of making false statements to federal investigators. He was released on a $50,000 bond and the trial that is scheduled to begin September 23rd. That looks like all the juicy stuff.
Good old Gilbert. Was he not involved at the Malice? I want to say I think he was there.
Yeah?
I'm going to say I think he was involved at the Malice at the Palace. You can call the show. You can text the show, 850-215-6290. The Sports Blitz coming to you live from the Golf Plus studios. Here comes a story from West, by God, Virginia. Elkins, West Virginia. Big Timber Brewing, one of the state's largest craft brewers, is partnering with West Virginia University to make an officially licensed craft beer for the university. And you'll be able to try it later this week. Mountain Beer will be a pale ale with a 4.5% ABV, available at West Virginia University sports venues, including the Coliseum and football stadium, as well as grocery stores, convenience stores, and other locations where Big Timber beer is sold. According to Big Timber sales manager Jared Ray, Mountain Beer is an officially licensed beer between Big Timber and West Virginia University, with some of the proceeds going towards the university. But trust lager fans don't need to worry. Mountain Beer will not be replacing Trust Lager, and the 2 beers will be sold concurrently. The announcement comes off of the hot heels of a similar announcement between the university and Swilled Dog, which entered into a multi-year partnership to produce a co-branded bottles of bourbon starting in August of 2025. Big Timber's lead brewer, Chris Newsom, described Mountain Beer as a crisp, hop-forward session pale ale built for game days and tailgates, light-bodied, dry, and endlessly crushable. It's the perfect companion for the blue lot of your favorite watch party. Ray also told 12 News that Mountain Beer has undergone some of the most extensive taste batching of their beer they've done in preparation for the beer's launch. The launch party for Mountain Beer will be held at Mountain Mama's at 1137 Van Voris Road in Morgantown on Friday, August 1st from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. Their beer and sports fans will be able to try Mountain Beer for themselves, as well as interact with the West Virginia University men's basketball coaching staff during the event. Now, I remember back when I was in college long ago, they didn't even let you have alcohol on campus, let alone have them selling alcohol on campus, let alone them going into a deal of, hey, make a beer with our name on it, guys. Can you do that for me?
You know who the spokesperson needs to be for that beer? Pat McAfee.
Did Pat McAfee go to West Virginia?
He did go to West Virginia.
All right, there we go. I like the idea right there. Give it to old Pat. He'll get the word out there.
I was thinking just 2 nights ago, I'm up late, I'm on my Ambien, I'm like, hey, I got a great idea. Let's have a beer with our label on it. How about like a 104.3 ESPN IPA? Or if we don't want to do that, we have a Sports Blitz IPA. If you're a local bottler, you can help us out. We'd love to team up.
We should do it ESPN, and we should have the ABV be like 10.43.
That's pretty strong.
Yeah, well, we're looking into a porter then.
We're strong here.
That's ESPN malt
We can
liquor.
do it. We can do it, guys.
Once you get to about 8-9%, man, it just starts turning into...
I think about it, 10%, I think there's a law where you can't call it, like a malt or a beer anymore. You got to call it something else.
A lot of porters get up there around 10%.
Yeah, they do. That'd be stout.
Porters and
boys.
stouts.
Yeah, man, a nice IPA, 6, maybe 7%. That's perfect.
Yeah,
That's
I do
fine.
like the 10.
We don't need to go
10.43.
Yeah, get it at 10.43 just for the advertising. Yeah, I love it. There we go. Got anything else for me, Chef?
I do not. I tried to look one up, and it almost shut my computer down, so apparently I was on the wrong place.
RIP computer. All right, I got one more for us that I'm at least entertained by. Coming to us from Marseille in France. A single glittery sock that late super pop star Michael Jackson wore during a concert in France in the 1990s sold for more than $8,000 on Wednesday, a French auctioneer said. A technician found the used sock discarded near Jackson's dressing room after a concert in the southern city of Nimes on July 1997, auctioneer R. Il told AFP. The self-styled king of pop wore the white athletic sock adorned with rhinestones during his History World Tour in 1997, according to specialist website Entrenchers.com. Jackson can be seen wearing them in clips of his performance hit Billie Jean. Decades later, the off-white item of clothing is covered in stains, and the rhinestones adoring it have yellowed with age in a picture posted to the website. It really is an exceptional object, even a cult one of Michael Jackson fans, Elise said. The socks, initially valued at 3,000 to 4,000 euros, or 3,400 to 4,500 US dollars, sold for 7,688 euros, or $8,882 at the Nimes auction house. A mock gaming resort in 2009 paid $350,000 for a glittery glove Jackson wore when he performed his first moonwalk dance in 1983. A hat he wore just before that sold for $80,000 in Paris in 2023. Jackson died of a fatal overdose in 2009 at the age of 50. He still has a huge fan base despite the child molestation accusations against him during his lifetime and after his death, which he and his state have denied. All right, $8,000. Used sock is what you can buy for $8,000.
There's a rumor that MJ is on the list.
Ooh, MJ? The MJ or Michael Jackson MJ?
Michael Jackson.
So not the Michael other one.
I thought that list didn't exist.
The one we're talking,
I don't know. What list are we talking about?
The one that Michael Jackson may or may not be on, but I heard it didn't exist.
I don't think, it's not there. No, not sitting on anybody's desk at all. All right, what do I got for you, Chef Ross? So I had some questions for Brian Haddad. Ross, you're here. You ready?
Impersonation of
200 butterfly.
All right, very close, very close.
Brian Haddad's a swim coach, so I was thinking it may be swim coach.
And it's also a Yankees fan. So, you ready for some Yankees history? He's just going to say Babe Ruth for everything. All right, here we go. Ross, what Yankee has the most home runs in Yankee history?
Babe Ruth.
There you go, 659. What Yankee has the most hits as a Yankee?
It is not Babe Ruth.
It is not Babe Ruth.
It is... I'm lost. I know. I can... Lou Gehrig.
Not Lou.
Is it Jeter?
Yeah, Jeets. Derek Jeter, 3,465 hits. Most stolen bases by a New York Yankee.
Not a clue.
Derek Jeter, 358.
I didn't think he was that fast.
Most games by a New York Yankee.
Derek Jeter.
Derek Jeter, 2,747. Most wins by a pitcher for the Yankees.
Any Yankee pitcher I can think of has been traded to the Yankees, so...
This was actually somebody that the Yankees had for his entire career.
Mo is a closer.
Mm-hmm.
I'm lost.
Whitey Ford, 236 wins. How about most strikeouts for a Yankee pitcher?
Is it Mo?
It's Andy Pettit, 2020. Yep. Here we go. Most saves.
Mo.
There we go. Mariano Rivera, 652. And here's one that I had to stretch for, but who was the winningest manager all time for the Yankees?
Oh, it's got to be one of the dudes that Steinbrenner fired 52 times.
Actually, it's not. It was somebody that was there for just a long time. Not a good time, but a long time.
Nope.
Joe McCarthy, 1,460 wins for the Yankees.
I'm not a Yankee guy.
No, but you knew Jeter and you knew Ruth.
And I knew Mo.
It's one of those, like, the Yankees at least have that old, have been around forever and had so many big names that you can kind of, like, talk to basically like any kind of sports fan, and they're going to get a couple of those answers right just because of, well, how long and dominant the Yankees have been throughout time. I was trying to find another, like, I asked you about the sausages, and it's like, the Yankees don't really have any kind of ancillary thing like that. No mascot, no weird in-between innings kind of games that you got going on. So I
think the sausage race started all of the mascot races.
It could have, and it's one of those. It's an entertaining race, and many people have copied it, like the Nationals
with presidents,
with the president's race and all that kind of stuff. So very good, very entertaining. Thank you, Chef Ross, for entertaining me here. We'll have Brian Haddad in next week, and we'll ask Coach Haddad these questions. Coach, if you're listening,
call us from Chicago.
Write the answers down, and that way you'll just have them for the future.
Coach, call us from Chicago. We need an update on the card show.
Oh, yes, I will absolutely take any update from any card show that I can get. Let me know all the good news of what kind of great things I can go peruse and even maybe buy for myself there at PCB Hobby. All right, guys, we are running into the next section. What are we going to do? We are going to talk MLB trade deadline. That is today. Let's see what's happened so far. Maybe a little bit more will happen. Sports Blitz, Golf Plus Studios, 104.3 ESPN, Northwest Florida. Call us, text us, 850-215-6290.
ESPN Northwest Florida. The afternoon underdogs.
Be patient with Ty Simpson. He's going to be just fine. And that scares me to death when I hear somebody close to the program saying, be patient. I don't want to be patient. I want to be ready. I want to be excited. I want to be, let's get the bells and whistles out and be ready to blow explosions up because we're going to score 40 points a game.
4 to 6 weekdays. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
This is Joanna with ESPN Northwest Florida. Here is your weather forecast on this Thursday afternoon. The remainder of the day, a possibility of thunderstorms and mostly sunshine and 90 with a moderate breeze around 14 miles per hour coming out of the southwest. For tonight, mostly clear skies and a low near 83. Tomorrow, mostly sunny in the morning and then likely thunderstorms and a high around 90. This weather forecast is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for keeping that dial at ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Show off your style and drive away in a new 2025 Kia K4 or K5 from Bill Bird Kia. The 2025 K4 delivers sleek design, smart safety features, and an impressive fuel efficiency. Are you looking for something with a little more space and a confident, sporty appeal? The 2025 Kia K5 delivering a sleek design, smooth ride, and advanced driver's assistant features, all designed to keep you safe and comfortable on every drive. Now offering 2.9% APR for up to 48 months on the purchase of a new 2025 Kia K4 or K5. Bill Bird Kia is the home of that 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty. Stop by and see us at 2435 East 15th Street or anytime at Bill Bird Kia, PanamaCity.com. Discover what drives you at Bill Bird Kia.
Offer from Kia Finance America for the purchase of a new 2025 Kia K4 or K5 with $22.09 per 1,000 financed in 48 months. Quality limited cannot be combined with other finance offers. The 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty is a Bill Bird Kia warranty. See dealer for complete details. Offer for well-qualified buyers. Must take delivery from dealer stock through 8/4/25.
It's the Sports Blitz. Live from the Golf Plus Studios. On 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
The Sports Blitz is on the air, coming to you live from the Golf Plus Studios. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida is where the radio dial is. We are streaming on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. You can call. You can text 850-215-6290. Download our app. Take us with you everywhere you go. And the Braves return to our airwaves this evening at 6 o'clock for pregame, 6:10 for the first pitch against the Cincinnati Reds. Atlanta Braves baseball on ESPN Northwest Florida is sponsored locally by Best Way Portable Buildings, Reliable Hydraulic Solutions, Mid-South Lumber, and Brock Pest Control. All right, Chef Ross. Trade deadline
Today?
coming up on us. Yeah, only a
couple hours.
Few more hours left before, well, trade deadline passes.
Before the player gets to be named.
Yeah, player to be named later. So we got lots of news coming in because it's trade day, and apparently everybody is sitting out there saying, hey, trade. Hey,
so there's
trade?
very few sellers.
Not a lot of sellers. Lots of people looking to buy. It's a great year to be like the Rays or somebody like the Indians that you're a little bit out. Guardians. No, it's the Indians. It is. I grew up with the Indians. I know that is a hard one for me to break. I don't know why. I guess it's because the Guardians name to me is just so Melbatos.
The other one that's hard for me to break is the San Diego Chargers.
Yeah, that's going to be one that they need to go back to San Diego. You got no fans.
Somebody
in
needs to go to San Diego.
You got no fans in L.A. Get out of L.A. Go back to San Diego. Get back to your fan base. I bet they might love you, especially if you get a new owner. Get rid of Spanos. Although you can't get rid of Spanos because he owns it, but the NFL can get rid of Spanos. But I don't think the NFL is going to tell the Spanos family, hey, you got to sell the team because while awful, they haven't done anything so bad that they can be kicked out.
Yeah.
So let's get on back into baseball. Trade deadlines going on right now. Looks like the Padres are getting some help in the pitching category. Coming from the Athletics, the Padres are getting Mason Miller and J.P. Sears. So basically, the Padres are getting a righty and a lefty ready to go into the bullpen. And the Athletics are getting shortstop Leo DeVries, right-handed pitcher Brandon Nett, right-handed pitcher Henry Baez, and right-handed pitcher Edwin Nunez. So it looks like the Athletics giving up some minor league talent. And it looks like the Padres are getting some well-needed help into the bullpen. Now, if you look at the projection of these minor leaguers, looks like they got some good guys on that list that the Padres gave up to the Athletics. Right now on ESPN, they're giving the Padres a D+ for this trade and the Athletics an A.
Hey, the A's finally did something good.
Hey, the A's are collecting. Well, I mean, the A's have always been great about collecting young players.
Yeah.
Maturing their talent, bringing them to the big leagues, and then trading them away.
Well, it's the Moneyball thing. Moneyball works when you're playing 3-game series against this team, 4-game series against that team. But when you get into the 7-game series, you need some studs.
You got to have the studs, and you got to have the depth.
And that's what Moneyball doesn't do, is provide the studs.
Yeah, Moneyball doesn't always provide studs, and Moneyball sometimes isn't great at providing depth because you're looking at small sample sizes, when if you're going to just sit there and crunch numbers, you need a little bit larger of a sample size.
But in the height of Moneyball, if Jason Giambi ever slides, they beat the Yankees and get to the World Series that year. It was the great Jeter play where, in my opinion, it was a dumb play by the base runner not sliding at home plate. Yes, good play by Jeter, running him down. But if he slides, Jeter can't apply that tag.
I can't argue that one with you because that is how that one happened. All right, other trades coming through quite recently. The Blue Jays have got another arm for the starting rotation. The Blue Jays get Shane Bieber. The Guardians will send Kyle Stephen. So the Blue Jays, who are already in good position, who are already in the leading position of the AL East, just got better.
I didn't have them winning that division.
I did not have them winning that division.
I had them in the wild card because this was the prove it year.
Yeah, I didn't even put them in the wild card because I just figured they were going to do what the Blue Jays normally do, which is hang out until about mid-August and then decide that they're kind of done playing baseball for the season. So right now, it's looking like they're for the let's go right now. They're in for the buy-in. Right now, ESPN gives the Blue Jays a B+, gives the Guardians a C+. So looks like now they're saying that the Blue Jays won this one, and I'll say, yeah, the Blue Jays probably won this one because they have just, they got a guy that won the Cy Young a couple years ago.
My college philosophy, C's get degrees.
They get you out of school. That is all that really matters. But I'm entertained by the fact that Bieber is now Canadian.
Yes.
Joining
his cousin Justin.
Just like the other Bieber out there, he is Canadian. Don't try to blame us. He's yours, Canada, not ours. That's your problem. You deal with it. Big trade. Here's probably the big trade of the day. The Mariners have got Eugenio Suarez from the Diamondbacks. A trade that we've been looking at for a couple of weeks now. I'd say that Suarez will go to the Mariners. Mariners need a big right back. Suarez will go to the Mariners. They need a big right back. I thought it might have cooled off a little bit after they after the Mariners picked up Josh Naylor from the same Diamondbacks. I figured maybe that's just their big splash. They don't want to go too big with it. I was wrong. They kept at it. They got Suarez. So the Mariners get Suarez. The Diamondbacks will get Tyler Locker, Juan Burgos, and Hunter Cranton. Tyler is a first baseman. The other two are right-handed pitchers that are in the minor league systems. So Looks like Diamondbacks trying to grow for the future. The Mariners going for a right now kind of move. Big move for the Mariners.
That definitely is a right now move.
Because Suarez's contract is out at the end of this season, so it's a rental. But I mean, most big trades like this are for rentals. Let's face it. Not usually if you're a really good ball player and you got term left. Usually your team's not too excited about switching you to somebody else. But in a situation like this last year, doesn't even look like Suarez would probably re-sign with the Diamondbacks. Get what you can before he's gone, because some teams hang on too long. Some teams believe that they can get in there and win. At least the Diamondbacks know where they are.
The Mariners are 5 back from Houston. You think they catch them?
Ooh. With how hot Houston has been and how Houston just keeps on winning that division, it's their division. Now, where are they sitting in the wild card standings?
Wild card, they have the 3 spot tied with Texas.
Okay.
So they got them on some sort of tiebreaker.
Yep. So that's a huge help, because I've been saying it for the season. The biggest problem for the Mariners is not the pitching. It's the offense. And if they can get some help, getting some more, especially for them, home runs, because it is a hard park to get home runs in, it is going to help increase their stock exponentially. They have done that.
Well, they can probably catch the Yankees above them if they stay hot, because the Yankees are injured.
Yankees are kind of making trades, though, so it will be interesting.
So they're below, are they 2.5 behind the Yankees and 1.5 behind the Red Sox? I don't know if they catch the Red Sox. I think the Yankees fall.
Yankees, I think, have more of a chance of the fall right now just because of where they are right now with all of the injuries, and they've been kind of on a skid, and baseball is...
The Rangers are playing decent ball of late, too.
Rangers have looked better as well. Red Sox are getting a left-handed pitcher. They're getting Steven Matz from the Cardinals. The Cardinals get Blaze Jordan. So this just kind of seems like we'll give you a left-hander today for a third baseman tomorrow, which is what kind of looks like this for me. Because Matt's good, not great, but if you're looking for left-handed arms, and who's not, because we knew ahead of time that the Red Sox were looking for a left-handed pitcher.
Everybody's looking for a left-handed pitcher.
Everybody's looking for a left-handed pitcher. And the Cardinals said, you know what, Aaron Arenado's getting a little bit older. He's still over there at third base. We needed somebody for future considerations for third base, so that's basically what they did there by picking up Blaze Jordan.
Do you see the Red Sox trading Duran?
No, I don't. Too many people have asked already, and they've turned everybody down. So I don't think he is a marketable piece right now.
They're not in the seller's market. If they were in the seller's market, yes, they get rid of him.
Yes, yeah, definitely. If you're in the seller's market,
but being in the buyer's market,
I wouldn't sell right now. I mean, you can trade him. Absolutely, there's no rule you can't. And I mean, I've seen teams make trades for guys like that and still have great playoff pushes. But he's a big part of what you're doing.
He's a big part of the chemistry of that locker room.
You're in a good position right now. You've caught the Yankees. You've passed the Yankees. Why rock the boat?
They haven't passed the Yankees yet. They're about to.
No, they're about to. Yeah, because I know they're catching up to them.
Yeah.
It's a position right now. Don't rock the boat. You're doing well with the guys you got. If you want to bring in a few little pieces here and there to help round out things, yes.
Because I think they trade Duran. We're going to run in the same situation the Braves are currently in right now, outside of injuries. The Braves have no locker room leadership. They have no Freddie Freeman person that was the captain of the team. You're doing it. This is the way we do it, and this is how we do it, and follow. So they don't have that this year.
No, it's not.
And that's where the wheels started falling off the bus. Is there was no team leader from inside the clubhouse.
Thought it was Ronald, but even after Ronald came back, it still looked the same. So just deducing things right there. Is it Ronald?
I don't see it being Ronald or Ozzie, or I don't see any leader. And it's really hard to have, there's very few people that step up into that position. Because if you look at the Dodgers, Freddie's not that clubhouse leader. It's Mookie and Shohei. Freddie's one of the guys.
Yeah, and he doesn't have to be the clubhouse leader there. He can just be a dude. And and he's doing a great job just being that dude. All right, we got some more trades coming through. The Astros get third baseman Ramon Urias from the Orioles. The Orioles will get right-handed pitcher Twayne Palmer.
Ooh, we got a caller.
Oh, we got a caller. We got Jasper on the line. He's going to talk some Braves and some Reds. Jasper, how is your Thursday treating you?
I'm doing just fine, thank you, but I want to tell you something. I don't really like it that game's being played at the greatest Coliseum on earth, still alive, anyway, still useful, because the Braves and the Reds combined are under 500. Now, when the Indians, if I can call them that still, played the Yankees in 54, they were battling for the American League pennant in one of the great years in American baseball history because we were fully integrated, and Mickey Mantle was in that game. Now, Ronald Acuna is not going to be in this game because he went to the IR or whatever they call it.
Correct.
Yep. I just don't know. I hope they don't get 85,000 people there. I hope they get like 83,999. And I know you can listen to it on Cinque Quattro Punta Tres.
Yes, sir. Yes, you can.
Who is this? Who am I talking to?
This is James Fife.
And Chef Ross.
Well, I want to tell you something else as a reverend, irreverent reverend maybe. Do not bet on NFL preseason games. They're stupid, okay?
You are speaking absolute truth right there, my friend.
If you bet on an NFL preseason game, you need to call GA. You know what that is?
Gamblers Anonymous.
Yep.
Yes, it is. Thank you. Now, if you're just dabbling a little bit, like if you're sprinkling a few dollars in there that you ought to be putting in church basket, that's maybe okay. But if you're betting a lot of money, like before you make your rent, you are a DG. You know what that is?
Ooh, we are very degenerate here.
Yes, you are a degenerate gambler. Thank you. I'm speaking from experience because I am not a degenerate gambler. I'm an OG. What does that stand for?
Old gambler.
Occasional gambler. Don't say OG in the wrong company because they might think you're saying you're an original gangster. Y'all have a great one down there at the world's most beautiful beaches, and go to church Sunday. Bye.
Thank you, Jasper. And if I did, we'll hear this later, Jasper, but I did have a $2 bet for the preseason game tonight, and if it does hit, I'll make sure that 10% gets into the plate, okay?
And I'll pray for you, James.
Thank you. Much appreciated for that. Let's get on. Where were we? We were talking trades. That's right. The Astros are getting Ramon Urias from the Orioles. The Orioles get Twayne Palmer. So the Astros getting an absolutely valuable third baseman that they can get over there and use right now. And the Orioles collecting a right-handed arm that maybe year or two that they can get up into the major league level, because Palmer was a guy drafted last year out of Oklahoma Community College, 6'5". Big old right-hander that just gets balls right on top of you quickly. ESPN gives them both a B- for this trade, so
it's a win-win.
One of the few kind of even trades that we see out there, because a lot of times, we want to have a winner or a loser in a trade. Sometimes both teams win.
Sometimes both
teams lose. So maybe this is a situation where both teams kind of come out ahead. But guess what? We got to play some of these games to make sure everything goes correctly. Three-way. Everybody loves a good three-way, right? Well, the Reds are getting right-handed pitcher Zach Little. The Rays will get catcher Hunter Faduka and a right-handed pitcher, Brian Van Beal. And the Dodgers will get Adam Swarwanski, right-handed pitcher, Paul Graves, and catcher, Ben Rovlet. So out of all those guys, the only one I am quite familiar with is Zach Little. Of course, pitching for the Rays is why I know him. This looks like a trade that the Rays basically, we kind of knew Little was probably on his way out with the Rays. He didn't re-up, he didn't re-sign the contract earlier this year when the Rays made an offer. Rays have not made another counteroffer since, so you kind of figured Guy in his last year being on the Rays, and the Rays are just a team that even if they're in a playoff hunt, if you're not re-signing and you're in your last year, they're absolutely fine with moving you and moving on from you, and that is what I do believe here is what the Rays did with Zach Little. They did get something out of it, at least. So it looks like they are getting some help in the minor leagues at catcher, which is something that they need to concentrate on, because if you look at their depth at catcher through the minors, not the deepest thing right now. So that is a big help to them. The Reds get a C- from ESPN on this one. The Rays get a B-, and they give the Dodgers a B+, mostly because the Dodgers are picking up some top 10 prospects from both of these teams. So the Dodgers somehow just always know how to win.
Yeah. I mean, if you can't trade for him, you overpay for him.
That's true. And guess what? They traded for him and did pretty well on this trade, keeping that farm system supplied.
Let me back that up. They did not overpay for Shohei because they got 2 players for 1.
Yeah, they didn't overpay for Shohei. And let's face it, they're not paying him right now. They're paying him in the future. So, I'll pay you for a hamburger today for 2 tomorrow or something like that, right? So it's not, they're out there, man. And we'll go through one more because it has to do with my Cubbies.
We're not going to do my Brewer trade?
Well, you want to get to it? Hold on. Let me do the Cubs trade, and then we'll get to that. All right. Cubs add Soroka from the Nationals. The Cubs will get right-handed pitcher Michael Soroka. The Cubs will send over Christian Franklin and Ronnie Cruz. So this is a situation the Cubs need help in the rotation. Many guys missing out of the rotation, similar to the Braves. So this was more of a move to win now for the Cubs. It was more of a move to, lock up some of that starting rotation. And I think this is going to be a bigger win for the Nationals because Franklin doing all right, a 265, a 393, and a 427 slash line. But Cruz has a 270, 314, 431. Big old boy, can absolutely womp the ball. He's only, 18 years old. So lots more growth, lots more development from him. But he is one that in the Cubs system, when I was watching some spring training this year, watching him swing a bat and hit some bombs, that was a lot of fun. So the Nationals building for the future still, which they have been doing since 2019 after that World Series run. What you got, Chef Rob?
All right, so my Brewers the other day traded for catcher Danny Jansen from the Tampa Bay Rays, and then the Rays turned around and traded for catcher Nick Fortes from the Marlins. So they've traded for 2 catchers in 3 days.
There you go. Rays do need some catching help. That was...
I don't understand the Brewers trading for a catcher. They have one of the league's best.
You got a pretty good one up there with Contreras, right?
Yeah, but apparently Contreras has had a broken finger on his catching hand for the past 2 years.
That's got to be uncomfortable.
Especially catching Mizrachi.
I would say that has to be uncomfortable. Broken finger on the hand that catches a 100-mile-an-hour fastball.
But it's been broken for 2 years, so he's played...
Maybe it's just so numb now you can't even feel it.
He's played 300 games on that broken finger.
Owie. Hopefully he gets that thing cleared up. I'm assuming now, since we're this deep into the season, you're going to wait until the offseason to do something about it.
He had last offseason to try and do something about it. So at this point, because again, he broke it. He's been playing on it for 2 years. This is the second season with his broken finger. So at that point, the bone's not going to re-heal.
Not well. It's probably going to have to just get set. Owie. I'm just thinking about it. Just thinking about it hurts, man. Yeah.
I mean, catching a 60-mile-an-hour pitch with a broken finger doesn't feel good, let alone 100.
No. Oh. Yeah. Get that finger fixed, man. I'm not a doctor, but I play one on the radio. Go fix that finger.
I drank some Dr. Pepper. I agree.
Good old Dr. Pepper. Thank you, Buffalo Rock. Coming up next, $2 bets, this day in history, and what game we are looking forward to tonight. This is the Sports Blitz coming to you live from the Golf Plus studios. Call us, text us, 850-215-6290. ESPN Northwest Florida.
You've read the headlines. You've seen the highlights. Highway robbery! But how about the unfiltered truth?
I saw where they're going to allow beer sold at the new sports complex, yet we can't have a cold beer on the beach.
Since 2017, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida has been the undisputed leader for sports coverage on the Panhandle. If it matters in sports, it matters to us, and it matters to you. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Lone Star Boil House and Sports Bar, where the locals go for the best boiled seafood around. Crawfish, shrimp, red royals, and everything crabs. Watch almost every sporting event in the country on their huge outdoor jumbotron. Follow them on Facebook to stay up to date on weekly events, live music, and food and beer specials. Lone Star Boil House and Sports Bar, your home away from home for sports, good times, great food. The best boiled seafood. Lone Star Boil House and Sports Bar, 320 West 5th Street, downtown Panama City.
So you've heard the saying that if you love your job, you'll never have to work? Well, it's true.
I've worked for Brock Lawn and Pest Control for many years. The commitment to the needs of customers
and their commitment to each employee makes Brock a company I'm very proud to be a part of.
Brock's core values are also mine. Give people more than they expect and always honor your promises.
This isn't a job, it's a service to help people live a healthier lifestyle.
Brock Lawn and Pest Control. Our family protecting your family.
There's a reason we call it the big one, because the biggest deals of the year are happening now at Panama City Toyota. And you can get 3.99% APR on the award-winning Camry, plus 90 days until you make your first payment, and 3.99% on a new RAV4, plus 90 days until you make your first payment. Get 2.99% on the bold Tacoma, or take the lead and get 1.99% on the powerful Tundra. The big one. Right now at Panama City Toyota.
Offers expire August 4th. For details, visit PanamaCityToyota.com.
You found us. The Sports Blitz. Live from the Golf Plus studios on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
You are tuned in to the Sports Blitz, coming to you live from the Golf Plus studios. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida is where the radio dial is. You can call the show. You can text the show, 850-215-6290. We are streaming on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Download the app and take us with you everywhere you go, and keep up with what we're doing at the website, ESPNPC.com. Afternoon baseball going on right now. The Yankees taking on the Tampa Bay Rays. This game is in the bottom of the second. The Yankees have the lead 6-0 over the Rays. The Yankees getting 3 runs in the first inning and 3 runs in the second inning. Home runs from Stanton and Rice so far on the day. It's looking not great for Ryan Pepiot on the mound today. Already 1.2 innings pitched, 4 hits, 6 earned runs, 3 Ks. Ooh. Not looking good, but hey, it's baseball. You can always try to mount that comeback, but stop them from scoring first. Get them off the bags right now. Get into the third inning. Get some runs, boys, because you are falling behind quite quickly. $2 bet time. Well, yesterday I was 1 for 3. My one bet that did hit was I had the Tigers to win, and I took the under 9.5 runs. That $2 bet got me $5.80 yesterday. I missed on the Cubs bet. Both Nico Horner and Sal Frelick did not get hits, so that's where that one went awry. And then I missed on my Braves bet when Bobby Witt Jr. and Austin Riley also neither got hits on the evening, so no winnings on that one. So, end of the day total, I lost 20 cents.
I hit 2 out of 3 bets. Good. I missed my Brewers bet because the Cubs beat the Brewers, so therefore I didn't even look and see who got hits.
Nah, I just walked into the bet and said, "Hey, what happened?" And it says, "Well, you lost. Here's how."
Yesterday was Wednesday, so the Pirates won.
The Pirates did win,
and that gave me a win. And then I don't remember my third bet.
That's fine. We'll figure it out later. All right, for today, this game's actually already going on, but I got my bet in before the show. I am taking the Yankees plus 1.5 against the Rays. I am taking the over on that one at 8.5 runs. I got Brandon Lowe at over half a hit, and I got Cody Bellinger on over half a hit. That is a $2 bet. And if it hits, will get me $12.
All right.
For us.
I just decided to live bet that game and give me over 12.5 runs for the game. We're halfway there in 2 innings. Bet $2 doubles to $4.
All right. My next one, I got the Braves taking on the Reds. I got the Braves plus the 1.5 runs. I am taking the over at 9.5 runs. I got Ellie De La Cruz for over half a hit. And I got Jerkson Profar for over half a hit. That is a $2 bet. If it hits, gives me $12.
All right. I'm doing a little two-leg parlay here. I need Ellie De La Cruz and Cal Raleigh to both get an RBI. With the 10% profit boost, that $2 bet pays out $10.94.
Boom. Get that profit boost. Cody Bellinger just had a hit, so guess what that means for me?
Cha-ching!
I got 1 of 4 going on for the Yankees game, so we just need the other 3 to come true. And, we're almost to 8.5 runs, and they got a 6-run lead, so that means I have 7.5 runs right now. So as long as Josh Lowe can come through for me, looks like I might get at least 1 win out of this.
James, what am I praying for you about?
What are we praying for you about? So we are praying for me because I am taking the over in the preseason game. I am taking the 33.5. I am taking the over. Chargers Lions. That $2 bet, if it hits, $3.74.
All right, Braves fans, don't kill me. But I'm taking the Cincinnati Reds and over 9.5 runs for that $2 bet to pay out $5.70.
All right, it is time for This Day in History. It is Thursday, July 31st, 2025. Happy Thursday to all of you out there. And on this day, 1954, Joe Adcock hits 4 homers and a double to lift the Milwaukee Braves to a 15-7 victory over the Brooklyn Dodgers.
Miss the Milwaukee Braves.
1963, the Cleveland Indians become the first American League club to hit 4 straight home runs. Number 8 hitter Woody Held hits a 2-out homer off Paul Foytak, and pitcher Pedro Ramos follows with his 2nd homer of the game before Tito Francona and Larry Brown's first Major League homers finish the odd power surge. Foytak is the only Major League pitcher to give up 4 straight home runs. That's quite a record that you can hang your hat on. Yeah, I'm the only guy ever in Major League Baseball to give up 4 home runs in a row. Nobody's been that bad other than me. This day, 1973, Julius Erving, the American Basketball Association's leading scorer, is traded by the cash-strapped Virginia Squires to the New York Nets for forward George Carter and cash considerations. This day, 1990, Nolan Ryan gets win number 300, reaching the milestone in his 2nd try as the Texas Rangers defeat the Milwaukee Brewers 11-3.
I think I had friends that were at that game.
That would have been awesome to see.
It was either that game
totally
or his 9th no-hitter that was also in Milwaukee. 7th no-hitter, that was also in Milwaukee.
2007, All-Star Kevin Garnett is traded from the Minnesota Timberwolves to Boston for 5 players and 2 draft picks. The Celtics obtain the former MVP and 10-time All-Star from Minnesota for forwards Al Jefferson, Ryan Gomes, and Gerald Green, guard Sebastian Telfair, and center Theo Ratliff, and 2 first-round draft picks. Man, that's a lot of capital to give up. This day, 2012, Michael Phelps breaks the Olympic medal record with his 19th, helping the U.S. romp to a 4x200-meter freestyle relay victory at the London Games with 19 medals spanning 3 Olympics. Phelps moves 1 ahead of Soviet gymnast Larisha Latenya, who got her haul in 1956, 1960, and 1964. This day, 2021, Katie Ledecky wins the women's 800-meter gold in Tokyo. This is the 3rd consecutive Olympic in which Ledecky wins the race. That is
That's
this
a good 12-year
day in
span.
history. What you got, Ross?
It's a very good 12-year span.
Yeah.
13 because that was a COVID Olympics. So.
Oh, yeah, because they moved it from 2020 to 2021 because everybody had the COVID, and it was just such a fun time to be around. You kids don't even understand. And when I say kids, I'm talking to the people born after that time period, which I'm sure they don't understand because they're like 5. But still, yeah, you don't understand how much fun every single person on the face of the earth got to have.
I don't know if we have a very, very big 5 and under demographic for this station.
We might be surprised. We don't know. I mean, there's probably some parents out there that are using my silky smooth voice as,
nap time,
as help to get that kid to nap, and or they're just getting that kid so bored that he is just crashing out on me. So let's just talk about a little bit more about Michael Phelps. So Michael Phelps has agreed to help the Baltimore Ravens by giving swimming lessons because the Ravens have opened a pool at their training facility. And it turns out 30% of the Ravens don't know how to swim. So one of the Ravens players tweeted about it. Later in the afternoon, Michael Phelps says, "Sure, I'll help you guys learn how to swim." And now Michael Phelps is at the training facility for the Baltimore Ravens, helping the Ravens with their swimming lessons.
I mean, if somebody's going to teach you how to swim, it better be the best person to ever swim.
That or a lifeguard. Lifeguard probably be a very good person to teach you how to swim.
That'd be like Tiger Woods trying to teach you how to golf. I think Tiger and Michael will be pretty frustrated with these beginner-level swimmers.
Yeah.
Could you imagine the 350-pound defensive lineman with the little floaties on his...
got his little arm floaties. They don't actually hold him up, so they're just half of his arms are holding up while he's just sitting there, floating around I can't sink, I'm too big to sink. Oh, but more news from Michael Phelps. Good to see him still hanging out there. But yeah.
That image just came into my head as we were talking about it right now.
It's one of those, I was I'm surprised that, 30% of those guys can't swim, but I'm also always surprised by the number of the general public that doesn't know how to swim. But I guess I spent my grandparents had a condo down here when I was a kid, so, going to see Grandma and Grandpa was coming down here to the beach, so I've been coming down here my whole life. So going to the Gulf, getting in the water, swimming, it's just... And I guess it's something I guess somebody taught me how to swim. I don't remember ever getting swimming lessons, but I know how to swim.
The community pool is also a thing of the past. A lot of budget cuts have stopped that.
Yeah, I can see that. Where can you get to a pool? So you've got to get to a pool or a lake or something to know how to swim. And if you're living in the middle of downtown Cleveland, you really don't want to go swimming in Lake Erie, trust me. You probably do not want to do that.
You don't want to know what that green thing is?
Yeah, no, you don't want to. The Cuyahoga River catches fire again. No, you don't want to go swimming in that. Because just remember, the Cuyahoga River is what is flowing into Lake Erie. So whatever's coming off of that is going into the lake. Vince McMahon has been accused of reckless driving after he got into an accident in which he was speeding the day of Hulk Hogan's death.
So, seriously, though, when was the last time Vince McMahon ever drove? He's always on a limo.
I guess when he's not working for WWE anymore, I guess he's got to save some money, so he fired the limo driver. Although he was driving a Bentley, so it can't be doing too bad on the income intake category if you're just willing to drive a Bentley and go fast and ram it into the back of another car.
Yeah. Maybe, there's one dude that hasn't driven in 30 years.
And so, Mr. McMahon, we know you don't drive. Take the most expensive thing on the lot. Thank you. Yeah, we can see how that one ended up not going well. And some quick news to round out the show with our Orlando Magic. The Orlando Magic and the Memphis Grizzlies will be playing in Europe coming in the next season. They will have one game in Berlin and one game in jolly old England. This has been the Sports Blitz coming to you live from the Golf Plus studios. For Chef Ross, Bone Crusher, this has been James Fife. Enjoy your Thursday, everybody. Keep your stick on the ice.
ESPN Northwest Florida. The afternoon underdogs.
Now we credit Bud Selig with getting steroids out of baseball when he's the one that left steroids in baseball to begin with.
He did, but Major League Baseball, as we know it, at that time was going down in the drains. It would come off
100%.
A bad year, all of that. So I believe it saved baseball. Steroid era, you can like it, love it, hate it, whatever. It saved baseball.
4 to 6 weekdays. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
This is Joanna with ESPN Northwest Florida. Here is your weather forecast on this Thursday afternoon. The remainder of the day, a possibility of thunderstorms and mostly sunshine and 90 with a moderate breeze around 14 miles per hour coming out of the southwest. For tonight, mostly clear skies and a low near 83. Tomorrow, mostly sunny in the morning and then likely thunderstorms and a high around 90. This weather forecast is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for keeping that dial at ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
When it comes to building smart and roofing right, TK Vandy's is the name you can trust. They're your go-to for general contracting, design, build solutions, and top quality roofing.